Look at these little leggy seedlings blowing in the wind. I have a feeling that we're probably not the only ones who struggle with this year after year.
Oh, you make it sound that, yeah, we actually a few years tried to have these leggy ones.
Well, you know why? It's because we don't get much light this time of year. Our days are getting longer. We do start a lot of our annuals, especially indoors, where there's just not that much light. We don't use grow lights, so we do have leggy seedlings quite often. We don't throw them out. Instead, there's a few things that we do to sort of, to save them.
That's true. And I actually have two different ones. I have Pixie Delight lupins here and also sweet peas. And there's actually a really, I would say, simple and easy trick is I'm actually going to bury them deeper. For example, this one, if I take one, I just use my little popsicle stick here. You can also with 2 fingers, but gently go down and then take a little seedling up here. Just like that. And look at those really nice roots it has here. So this one, as you can see, it's and it has a tendency, if it goes any taller, it's gonna bend over and grow towards on the surface. So what I do, I actually have a pot here with some soil in underneath, and what I do, I just place it, hold it here with my hand, my 2 fingers here, and support it a little bit, so because I really don't want it to snap. But they are still kind of tough, the seedlings here, even though I have to be a little gentle here. I add soil around.
We're just using compost, that's what we're using.
Yeah. So I add here, and as you can see, I'm just gonna give it a little push down. And in that way, I actually just covered my problem, my issue. And then, ta-da, I have a much better, and it's gonna be a much stronger stem on this lupin here. And further down in the soil, which I can see now later on, within a few days, it'll start to create roots on the stem that I actually just buried. So it's going to be a really strong and healthy lupin, just as if I had sown it in the greenhouse where, because I start, like Alan also mentioned, I start super early. I can't wait until end of March, April, where normally I can sow a lot of some of the summer flowers, my annuals, the ones are not hard, like zinnias, for example, I do have to wait. I sow them inside and then place them in the greenhouse when the frost is over. But a lot of perennials I can sow early on. But I love to sow really early, and that's the problem then when I sow early in the porch. There's light, but I have to turn it, and they kind of get leggy. Not only the lupin here, so this one is actually done now. I'm gonna water it here in the beginning because I disturbed the roots. So these ones I have to repot all these ones, because in that way I'll get a much better and not leggy seedling of this lupin. But another one is also these, also looks very leggy, is my sweet peas. The Lathyrus here is a purple one, really pretty, and also got super, super leggy. So what I do with this one too, this one I'm actually gonna turn upside down. And here also to show you you can see it has really nice roots now. Already now. But this one I also want to, I'm actually going to leave them together in a little group here, like the Lathyrus. They can grow in a little clutch, because then later on I'm going to place them in groups together. I'm actually going to take a pot here and actually just dump this down here. You could also thin them out if you want, but try and just add a little bit more soil here on one. That's the issue when you have more than one plant, you have to be a little bit careful. And then you can try and do a little bit more there on this side. And in that way also you get a little smaller stem on these ones, not so leggy, which is really great, because then you get a stronger plant actually. So I'm actually just again covering my problem here with
sweeping it under the rug.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds so. Already here, this one is much better now. So that's the way you can do with, and a lot of the plants, not only like the sweet peas and the lupins, you could also do your snapdragons, your cosmos, your zinnias later on, if you have really leggy ones. So that's a really good tip to do if you have really leggy ones. Another tip, if you have, I want to show you on this one here, if I can find one, you could actually also, and there's different benefits on this. I'll find one that have the second set of leaf. So this sweet pea here, you can actually pinch the top here. So what I do, you could either take a shears and then cut it, or just pinch it with 2 fingers here, pinch it off here like this. And in that way, and then I'm also going to plant that deeper, but then it's going to actually do side shoots, and you will get a bushier sweet pea here, and then later on you will also get much more flowering because it's going to shoot out on both sides, and then you're actually get more stems and more flower later on, and a bushier sweet pea. And this one little tip here, you might want to throw out. Definitely don't want to do that. I'm actually going to take a pot, and I'm going to do a cutting because there's a bunch of energy in this little top from the seedling here. So I'm going to take a few handfuls of soil, and then I'm actually just going to put it here. And then I'm placing it on the side here, on the edge, because later on then I don't have to disturb it when I take out. Then within a few weeks I'll put it sunny and keep it watered, then it'll start to create roots. This one I'm adding, I'll take one more here, maybe show you again. So here this has the second set of leaves.
So when he says the second set of leaves, you can see the first ones that came up,
and then
that's the second
one.
So that's an indication that you can pinch right above. I gotcha.
And I know it seems super scary. You just sown these.
They're just growing.
Why on earth would you want to destroy them? And it can be a bit nerve-wracking. But actually just pinch again, and I promise you, you're going to see very quickly some new side shoots here, and they will do just fine.
And you can do this with a lot of plants. We even do it with our dahlias.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not talking about those right now, but that's also how you get a bushier plant.
I do it with cosmos too, and it's a great way also to get a bunch of new free plants. So it's not only, it will also make because your plant here will then get bushier, you get more flowers, so it's a total win-win, and you then get free plants then you can plant out when it had roots. And I will definitely leave this, don't disturb it, like pull it out and see others. Leave it a few weeks until you can see it has growth here, or maybe some white roots in the bottom here, then it's really indication that it's doing well. Keep it watered out of direct sunlight, and then they quickly are going to make a new growth in the top. And I always use pots, no matter if it's these trays here. These are a little bit shallow, but always drainage holes, because otherwise you have a tendency to overwater and it just sits in water, and those little seedlings, they don't like that. I just spray a lot in the beginning so it has the best start. But it's a great way to both help the leggy plants you have, but also that you can get bushier ones and then actually get a bunch of free ones.
Like we talked about in the beginning, the reason why they're looking like this is because they were reaching for the light. I totally know how they feel here in these. I can't say that. It's very sunny today, but goodness, it's been a long winter. So they're reaching for that light. What you don't want to do is think that they're, needing more nutrition, and so you start adding stuff to the soil, because that's really not going to help. It's a light situation, so either you can use grow lights. We don't. We do for our indoor plants, for my monstera and the fiddle leaf and things like that. I'm a very big grow light fan. For those guys, but for our seedlings and stuff, we don't. You can also increase air circulation. You can rotate them, all sorts of things. But we always end up with leggy ones. It's no big secret. Yeah. And this is how we take care of it.
I would just, in my defense, say the leggy ones we get because we pre-sow indoors. The ones I have in my greenhouse, I don't have any problems with leggy plants because they get a bunch of natural light. And also now, it's really good. It helps you get air circulation. Also, that will help the plants getting stronger. So that's perfect also.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
No, but I'm talking, it makes it sound that we have, I'm just clarifying, when we have leggy plants is when we pre-sow inside because of the missing sunlight. The ones we don't have. I was just want to say that.
And we do that knowing that there's a solution. It's an easy fix.
Yeah. So here we're actually in the greenhouse just to show you the difference. Here we have some perennial seedlings. This is Kæmpeskældhoved, looks like a scabiosa, really, really pretty. But they just started to wake up, but they don't get as leggy because they get much more sunlight than the other ones. And in general, I sow all my perennials outside in the greenhouse, because then a lot of them in January, because then they need cold stratification, they need changing temperatures to germinate anyway. So nature just does the whole thing. And then they just wake up when they have gotten enough of the light, but also the cold and the heat starts to get warmer. and then they're really doing fine in here, just to show the difference from the leggy ones from the ports.
All right, a few more to do, and then these will be ready for the summer.
That's true. So thank you so much for watching. Moin!